Hello and good morning. My name is Oscar Sida. I'm the Program Director for Human Services at Basin College. And I'd like to welcome you all back to the fall 2020 semester and talk to you a little bit about our programs and our philosophy. And first, I'd like to start with a quote by W.B. Yeats. He was an Irish poet at the end of the 18th century and the beginning of the 19th century. And he says that education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. I really embrace that quote in terms of how I deliver services to the program and coursework to students, because it speaks to this idea that education isn't about simply providing students with information, but also inspiring them to find their own passion for the field. Human services is a wonderful field to work in. It's very broad-based, so it gives you an opportunity to work in a number of different settings that can be human services agencies, government agencies, educational settings that can be from elementary school on to post-secondary education, college, university, things like that. And of course, our program has a strong focus in counseling and substance abuse counseling, and those skills are very useful in just about any setting that you're working with individuals. With that, we'll talk a little bit about some of the events we have planned for the fall semester. And the first is our Human Services Symposiums. The symposiums are held twice a semester, and they'll be held in a webinar format. And all students can join in to the symposium live. And we invite guests from the community. That can be another educator from a different institute or our licensed professional from the field in a number of disciplines: social work, counseling, marriage and family therapy, substance abuse counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists. We really try to bring in a variety of different folks to give different voices that might pique your interest in a specific field. So, as I said, we hold these twice a semester. They're usually an hour and a half. The guest speaker will talk for about an hour, and then you get a half hour to ask questions or comments. It's always really well received, these meetings. I get a lot of positive feedback. I think since we're 100% online program, the symposiums give students an opportunity to get those live face-to-face lectures that we traditionally had when we're in school. The next events that we have planned would be our open advising and our practicum orientation. Open advising is advising, but it's an open format where we have an online webinar, and all the students can come to the webinar and ask questions about which courses they should take, how to prepare, what are some prerequisites for certain courses, and planning for graduation, and things related to advising specifically. If you have any specific questions about that, this is a great time, and sometimes, of course, somebody will ask a question and answer the question for you. So it serves a couple different functions. One, we to come together as a group and have a face-to-face conversation, albeit virtually, and also gives you kind of the information so you feel confident moving through your program semester by semester, and you don't have any hiccups along the way. And then our last event that I'm going to talk about is the practicum orientation. In both of our degree programs, the associates and the bachelors, the practicum experience consists of 2 courses and you'll complete 150 hours of practicum experience within a semester at a specific human services site. That can be a substance abuse counseling agency, that can be a government agency for the state or the county in your locale. A number of students complete their practicum experience with school counselors in the school in their local area because they're interested in becoming school counselors. So what this gives you is the work experience. So upon graduation, you have not only a better direction of what you'd like to do, or maybe you found out that you wouldn't want to do that, and looked into other opportunities, but with this practical experience, you have, as I said, those hours of work experience that employers are looking for. So you don't just have a degree under your belt; you've got the applied knowledge in a specific work setting, and that experience you can put on your resume, and it affords you greater hiring potential, but also salary potential also. So that's one of the reasons we at Great Basin have incorporated practicum into our degree programs for human services. These are applied programs. These are and so the idea is that you are using the applied knowledge, not just theory, as you would in a work setting, in current and best practices for these types of organizations. We've also got an updated handbook, which I'll put a link to in the in this message below, so you can kind of take a look at these, some of the forms that we use, some of the processes and procedures that we have, and you're familiar with your human services handbook. This is very helpful when you're starting your practicum experience. So again, I want to welcome you all back to the fall semester. I hope you're excited as I am to get started. And if you have any questions, feel free to call me. You can contact me, email, through web campus messaging, or you can always call or text me. And everyone's got my number, and I'll put it below so you can get in contact with me. I hope you all have a great semester, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.